driving people and shit.
Nah, I ain't driving nobody
You know what
around,
I'm
but I
saying?
do see some people.
Okay, I
You
got
gotta
you.
come and open the door, and sometimes they come get their food. And it's always I'm always interacting with people though. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be just trying to stay around here and driving around, seeing everything and shit. It's all good. I mean, I would love to do a live, just talking to FBAs about FBA business, but I don't know.
Hey, when you dropping shit off, some people like talking, you know what I'm saying? They be like, yo, you mind if I
Yep.
record you for an interview and shit? Some people might want that, especially like if you dropping medication off to some old heads, they want a conversation. And
Yeah,
it's
man.
good to
I
hear
be
their
feeling good when I
perspective. You
drop
feel
off
me?
that medication to an old person, especially see like it's like this. Out of 20 old people that I done seen like 18 of
Hmm.
them. Two of them I didn't see, and I
Right.
was wondering why I didn't. That's because they probably couldn't get to the door, homie. They
Hmm.
probably was just that, ill that they couldn't even come to the fucking door, bro. But I figured out a way to work
That's right,
around it
bro.
because they want you to sign for it. So I just turned around and I just
Hmm.
started signing for the old people. I figured that they can't come to the door anyway. If it's small enough, I'll throw it in a mailbox because I know they be tripping. But I'll be like, at least when
Right.
that old person gets to finally make it, they look in their mailbox, bam, there go your damn medicine that you supposed to you need. So it's all good. I like taking care of them. I done did a few drug deals
Bro.
where somebody be like, come pull up and shit, and they just throw a bag in my car. Next thing you know, I don't even look in the bag, nigga. I just go. And next thing you know, it be a real nefarious dude on the other end looking for the bag, don't ask no questions. And next thing you know,
Hmm.
there it is. They be doing all kind of shit through that, man. That be cracking me up. Shit.
Hey, bro, because I sense a lot of
I think
wisdom in you, man. You have a lot of understanding with you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
shit, man.
Like when I
I
hear
got a
you
lot of
talk
wisdom
and
for y'all. And I ain't
conversate,
got no
the way
wisdom
you
for
handle
me. That's
yourself.
what I figured out. In my 50 years, I got a lot of I could tell everybody else what to do, but I fucking failed figuring out what the fuck I need to be doing for myself. I'm 50 years
Bro, you
old.
know
You know what I
what?
mean? About to hit my
I
51st
would,
year.
yo, you know what I figured out? I was the same way, bro. I was the same way. Like, damn, I'm giving niggas crazy advice and I'm not, and then I just figured it out. Like, yo, bro, when I'm speaking to
What
them,
about
I'm,
my
I'm
I
telling
mean,
myself too. Hold on, when I'm speaking out my mouth, because if you look, yo, you gonna speak the knowledge. It's encoded in your DNA. You feel me? To speak like that. So
yep,
now when you
yeah.
speaking it to other people, you gotta hear your own words and be like, yo, you know what? I just said that ill shit. Maybe it was for me to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I'm my messenger on
Yeah.
some things, on some messages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
That's
Some
how
of
I
that
look
shit
at
is
that
real.
now.
Some of that
You know
shit
what
probably will expire
I'm
to
saying?
be. You know what I mean? I wish I could achieve that level. Like
Right.
when it comes to my health. I keep telling myself, man, y'all need to be drinking water every day, man. Do you know the water is part of that life force? You need that shit. And I just drink sweet tea every
Hmm.
day. I mean, I love sweet tea, you know what I mean? But I gotta force myself to let myself nigga, no. Just drink you out of all them glasses of fucking sweet tea. If one of them glasses was water, that'll be better. That'll be better than what you're doing. If one of them glasses
For
was
real,
just
bro.
straight water, nigga, you would be tight.
Bro,
And that's what I'm trying
you
to do.
gotta
I'm
do the
fighting myself
math
every
and
day.
drink the water amount of water every day of your body weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain type of math you gotta do with that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta drink your body weight every fucking day. You gotta make sure you down. I don't like drinking water, but you know what? I know when I drink that much water every day, I feel way healthier and way more energized. Before you put anything in your body, drink water. Drink at least 16 ounces of water, sipping it through throughout like an hour of the morning when you first get up. You feel me? Because I used to go
Yeah,
straight
I
to
mean, you
coffee,
all
like,
know about
I
that
need
first get up.
coffee.
When that first get up, that first hour,
Yeah,
that should be a lot of motherfucking reflecting, praying, working out. You know what I mean? Just stretching. That should be
right.
that part. Because it's the beginning of the day. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be on that stretching, meditating, get your prayer in. Protect me, Lord God. I need to get through the day. I ain't trying to die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, and it ain't about
Watch
forcing
over me
yourself to
when I
do
ain't
it
watching
because
myself.
is just do it. You know what I'm saying? Get up. You can start in increments. Like once you start drinking that water in the morning, bro, you're gonna it's naturally gonna be you're gonna start feeling like, damn, I
You're
feel
gonna feel
great.
so much
And
better. I already
everything is
know.
gonna fall
And
into
that's what I was
place.
doing. I
Everything
used
is
to
gonna
drink
fall
some
into
water before
place.
I drink some water. Even though, like I said, I got good, yeah. I asked the Lord to give me wisdom over smarts. Smarts is
For
like
real.
it's like right then and there. Wisdom that take you over, generations. But then
For
again, you
real,
still
bro.
need to be smart, nigga. You still need to be able to think on your
I
feet.
mean,
Need to be able to come up with
that's
it, nigga.
facts.
And when you think about it afterwards, hopefully you ain't had no regrets. You ain't said I made the bad decision on that because that's when smarts come in because smarts keep you making the right decision because wisdom only can stop you from making fucked up long term decisions. Like your wisdom will tell you to save some money. You know you need to
And your
save money
wisdom will
because you gonna get
also
old one day
your
and you have to be ready.
right. I mean, but you gotta so like I look at it like this. A lot of our fucking frequency been blocked on that shit, right? So through growing up, we all fell for the traps. We all fell for the bitches. We all fell for the music that was in the destructive forces. We all fell for the gold chains and the drug dealers and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But
All of
or
it.
I
Yeah, yeah,
guarantee
yeah.
you,
Hell,
everybody, every one of us had that feeling of like, nah, this shit ain't it. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I used to go with that negative feeling, that vibe. That shit used to be a good energy. You know what I'm saying? That
yeah,
shit used to be a good energy, an entrapment energy. You know what I'm saying? Like going to the casino
yeah.
and fucking
I had a
no
good time. I'm
clocks.
not gonna sit up there and say that I had fucked up day. I had fucked up shit. I had dodged a lot of bullets, not on my face, but I'm just saying that time was a good ass time. I had a ball. I made it through. I'm 50 now. I finally probably stopped hanging with the homies. I still see my homies, but I probably stopped hanging with the homies maybe when I was 33. But up till then, I was in the streets. I wasn't shooting niggas, robbing niggas. We was just trying to find bitches, get some weed. And we was drinking Mad Dog 2020. Shit like that. Shit'll fucking burn a hole in your fucking stomach. you know, 5 o'clock gin, you know. Shit, shit, shit. We was out there having a
Yeah,
good
bro,
time
I'm
and
on
shit. That was a
yeah,
good ass time. Good
for
ass
real.
times.
I'm not looking back.
Can't tell me
I'm
that
not
shit
looking
wasn't
back
fun.
no more, nigga. I'm done. I'm done. Hey, nothing gonna stop me. Nothing, none of that shit. I don't give a fuck what I've been through, nigga. I've been through so much dumb shit. Like, bro, it gotta be a
Yeah.
purpose. It got to be a purpose, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta get back to the
I was talking to an
frequency,
old
bro.
man
Like,
today, like I said, on my little travels. And old man, he had when I walked in, he was ordering his food. He said that he had 10 minutes to go. And I had to walk up trying to grab my man delivery. And my man said, "Oh man, yours not ready either." He said, I was like, "How long I got?" He said, "You should be ready in about 3 minutes." So in those 3 minutes, me and the old man chatted. And when I was got to the park, damn man, where my homie go? Because Breeze ain't came back. He had started another stream. So I don't know how the fuck this gonna go and shit. How the fuck if I leave, this is gonna be up because Breeze ain't came back yet. The homie Grizz just fell off and shit. I was in the middle of my fucking stories. I should be saving for my channel, I guess, huh? Yeah, I guess, man. I ain't trying to make no content. I just not, man. I'd rather watch y'all. I'd rather sit back and watch y'all and see what y'all doing. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to really do all that, but that's what I would do on my channel. Just go over my life stories, talk about what the fuck I done seen and shit, what I didn't notice and shit. I'm a people watcher, I like to watch things. I love outdoors. I'm the type of guy, what I'm saying, that love spring, listen for the birds every spring. Knowing that we only got so many summers left, he come up on my 51st summer. It ain't here yet, but it'll be here and gone before you know it. I'm just rambling on, hoping that a breeze come in the next 2 or 3 minutes, because I'm about to leave anyway, because I know y'all don't want to hear me ramble on about my little life. It's fun to me and shit, but I can't be expecting it to be fun for y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all got your own lives and situations and things going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I was just sitting here trying to make a little money off the betting. You know what I'm saying? And I was betting on DraftKings. Then I left them up first because I couldn't win and shit. So I went to this other sports book. It was the ESPN sports book. And they just be acting like some bullshit, man. Now, Shorty, you got the host. Now you got the juice. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping Breeze come back and take his show over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where he went. I don't know how he did it. I seen him when he did it because we were sitting on panel. And next, you know, he dropped off and then started the stream back up. So I looked on my laptop to see what the hell was going on, and I saw that we were still on the main stream that you can find. You can watch that. So if I leave, then it's basically gonna be a blank screen. So it's kind of like left me in a bad situation because I can't pull nobody up because I don't have the controls. Breeze got the controls. Breeze the only one that can turn this off. I can leave, but it's just gonna be just a dead air and shit. And I don't want that to happen to my homie Breeze. I don't know where he at, man. I'm just hoping he come through. All right, man. Shit, man. Damn, man. All right, man. Shit. Well, like I said, man. If I did have a show, okay. If I did have a fucking show, I probably would be talking about FBA business. Like I said, man. We watch the channels every day. Basically, I'm my real life. You see what I do. Take care of my little boy. And I'll be riding around the Uber. So then, while I'm riding around the Uber, I got the full access to my phone. I'll be watching like anything that come on YouTube that day. You know what I mean? I'll be watching on. Yeah, I see that Grizz, man. Damn, dog, that restream is stupid. But if Breeze come back, then he can shut it down. That's all he was trying to do was shut it down. But I don't know why he ain't came through. Because I'm not gonna be able to keep this up for hours. I'll probably keep it up maybe 30 minutes. That's about it. If he don't come back in 30 minutes, I'm probably gonna have to leave anyway and go about my business. And y'all know to leave, because and wait to Breeze come and shut it down and don't have to worry about the last part of the show because it's probably gonna be just a bullshit ass blackout screen. Man, what's going on right now? So like I said, man, we was over here watching YouTube. So we got FBA business on there, streamers. When you talking about some unbiased Ron, you're talking about some Black Alpha Network who just went live 5 minutes ago. You got my boy Afro Elite, you know what I mean? Not Afro, yeah. Am I right? Yeah, Afro Elite, yeah. Yeah, yeah, okay, I'm right. You got other channels too, other channels. And then you got some tether channels, like I said, y'all be messing with Sinetta, which I think everybody knows Sinetta. You got Q Butter, which is the other guy, Q Butter, then and the new guy, which is Unc. This is the community of skeptics. You'll find me over there trying to defend my lineage. Now, when I go over there, you already know that you over in the Pan African space, so you got to watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying, or you're gonna get blocked or timed out anyway. So I try to sneak diss them as best I can. Try to do some sneak dissing when I'm over there. So every day when I'm be riding up and down the street, I'm looking for some FBA content, but then most of the time, that Pan African shit pull up and shit. And one of the big guys is my boy, the Black YouTube Goat. That's my man Taz. He came out the Q Butter camp, and Taz out here. So you know, uh, you know, my man, his YouTube channel is the Black YouTube Goat. So the reason I be fucking with Taz is because Taz is one of the best debaters in the world. He's a very good debater. I mean, because I come from the conscious community and shit. Sidnetta, I just told you Sidnetta and them. So that's where I really started with Sidnetta. Then I moved on to Sabir Bay and to Harker Bay, but I found out that they was on some garbage, so I had to leave them. I'm not fucking with them. One day, after my long, fucking with Sabir Bay, maybe about a year. I think I've been fucking with Sabir Bay and Ron, Unbiased Ron. I think I've been messing with those channels for about a year, maybe around January last year. And I'm getting to know Sabir Bey, and I'm trying to get to know him. And I understand, because I ain't no damn follower. I ain't no follower about no man. I could sit up there and listen to you, figure out what the hell you talking about, and figure out if you want some garbage or not. Figure out if I need to be doing that in my life or not. Like when my man, we were just talking about water. I don't need, I don't need somebody to manipulate me to drinking water. You just lay out the facts, and I understand that I need to do that for myself. Same thing with the lineage. When Tyreek started talking about some Kev, man, for real, bro. They really they don't like you, dog. They calling you a cutter and everything. I'm like, what you mean? He like, they calling you a cutter and everything. Matter of fact, check it. Every time you see them, they undermining you. Matter of fact, bro, check it. Do you have any Haitian friends? I'm like, no. He said, do you have any Latino friends? I'm like, nah. He say, dog, I know you ain't got no white friends. I'm like, yeah, you know, you kind of right. Not no friends like that and shit. He's like, yeah. Well, I want you to know that all them Ghanaians, all them damn Africans, even the motherfucker over the seas, they all don't like you, man. You know what? But they all trying to be you at the same fucking time, bro. I'm like, that's fucked up, bro. So when he told me that, he was opening my eyes. I agreed with Tyreek. I didn't start saying, "Oh, I'm about to be a drone. I'm about to be an FBA drone," and start saying everything Tyreek say. Of course, I say shit that Tyreek might have said, but that's not because I know what to say. That's because I agree with that shit. I don't have no Haitian friends, and if it was a Haitian around me, he never presented himself. He never said, "Hey, yo, yeah, Kev, man, what's up, man? Blase Split, man, we friends." You know what I'm saying? Oh, later on, hey, come over by my house and stuff, and we can eat some of this Haitian motherfucking cuisine. I ain't never made it to nobody's house. I understood when he said that though, because later on in life, I moved on the block where it was multiracial. It was white people here, Latino people, I think it was an Asian couple down the street, I choose to raise my son here. So he grew up on a beautiful, nice little block or whatever. And a couple of doors down, it was a little Latino girl. And they had a house full of kids, you know what I'm saying? The house cooked full of kids. It was about 5, 6 people up in there, including the mom and the dad. But they had a Latino girl, same age as my son. You know what I'm saying? They played. They did what little kids do. You know what I mean? They do what little kids do before all the racism, before all the bullshit show up. But I seen the day when it happened. They playing. It's all good. They playing in the leaves. They playing. They playing. On all of a sudden, she never come out no more. I guess she had got the talk from her pops, like, "Hey, I don't want you playing with that little boy no more." And it was all fucked up because she fell for it full face forward. You know what I mean? Not like they was still trying to fuck around and figure out how to play with each other. No, she believed what her daddy said. She stayed the fucker ass in the house and took that from my son. Okay. And I learned they not fucking with us. They not fucking with us. And so check it. Now the fucking Trump got elected. Now, everybody mad at me that I didn't vote for Trump. Hey, listen, I didn't see like y'all seen it. You know what I mean? I was voting for Kamala because, I was a Democrat shield because that's how I was raised. So I go and I strike the ballot for my mans. Okay. Because I don't like Trump anyway, because Trump, I think he fucked up the last bit of COVID. I appreciate the motherfucking stimmies. But I think the last bit of COVID, I think he was fucking up, talking about mask, no mask, shots, shoot your ass up with some bleach. He was fucking up. So I needed him to go. Now, when Biden, and that's how he won, because Biden won because he had fucked up COVID. Everybody was looking for a change. So that's what I was on. So now he trying to run again and shit, running against a black woman or whatever that she was, she ain't of our lineage. But I didn't know that at that time. I didn't know all of that. I was still, black and I proud, Pan African shit like that. Buzz Split. Next thing you know, I come home and realize that Trump won it anyway, nigga. Trump won anyway. I'm like, damn, man, damn, fuck it. I guess my vote don't fucking count for shit. I'm like, who then fucking voted for him then? They said the Latinos then voted him in. That all of them ain't immigrants and shit. Some of them did make their American citizenship because immigrants can't vote. So most of them is got their American citizenship, and they didn't voted the Trump in. I will vote for Donald Trump. I can't hear you. They did that shit. So they didn't understand that they was the ones gonna be targeted. See, they thought it was gonna be us. They thought it was gonna be me. They thought I was gonna be getting dragged away. I don't know how the fuck you gonna think that shit. Don't you know I'm foundational? Like also was that's why I was talking about my man's Tariq. He like, Kev, man, dog. I understand that some of us probably came from the transatlantic slave trade, went through chattel slavery or whatever. But dog, after they hit the boat and go through chattel slavery and years and years and years of this land, 400 years of this land, that's an ethnogenesis, meaning they not even them same people that came over across them. Yes, they might have African lineage and descendants in their blood. You know what I mean? But they not African, nigga. They just not, nigga. And I was telling them in the chat that ain't nobody out here trying to be motherfucking African. Everybody trying to be FBA. I ain't trying to out here trying to figure out how to be like Ubuntu, nigga. I'm trying to figure out how to be like motherfucking, you know, Michael Jackson. Shit. Hey, y'all gotta check out my girl Chanel talking shit. She be doing basically this same shit, you know what I'm saying? She don't even be playing no videos. She just talk over the mic. I don't think my boy Breezy gonna come, dog. I appreciate y'all, man. I probably gonna give y'all about another 10 minutes and I'm about to cut it, man. And y'all gonna have to go figure out something else to watch. And it was a great show today, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, man, damn dog, about that pressure, dog. I so hate it. I mean, out of all of y'all, I hate it the most. That song. Do you know how hype that song is, y'all? Yeah, everybody know, and they say that it's copywritten because when you make it, when you collaborating with people, then you can't release it unless they're down with it. I don't know what happened. It seemed like it's not a good day. It's because or it'd have been released. You understand? It'd have been released, but it seemed like somebody something. That's how it be, you know what I'm saying? So with the two collaborators that we just got today, you know what I'm saying? My boy Grizz and Crew Royalty, man. I hope that when y'all, breeze calm down because like I said, every MC think they the best. So, that's like stepping on people's toes. So, but then I also want y'all to know that we FBA and we can go ahead and get and have a heated debate and still got love for each other. It ain't even shit. It is what it is. You know, what I'm saying? FBA all day, you know what I'm saying? Y'all my family and shit. So when I had voted for my man's Campbell and shit, I ain't realized that they was gonna let in more immigrants and shit, and the immigrants was gonna fuck up everything. So I'm glad that y'all did what y'all got. I'm glad the Latinos, had a fucking mind fuck and voted against themselves, thinking it was me. I'm glad that my FBA family that did was on code was on, went ahead and tried to push that on in and voted for Trump and got past what I was trying to do because I was fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man, I was fucking up out there. But I'm glad y'all was on code. I wasn't on code that day, so I had to go through some more, you know what I'm saying, Tyreek videos to be like, oh shit, I fucked up that day. But look, I love y'all. I ain't even there to sit up there and try to hide that from y'all. I want y'all to understand, nigga, when you fucking with me, fuck with that real nigga. I might as well tell you the truth. Okay. I try to get my son to be on that, but he ain't on that shit. He think that you can get by with a lie too. That's bullshit. When you fucking tell a lie, you actually gotta tell another lie. You gotta keep up with that lie. You gotta make sure that you all on point with that lie because somebody gonna catch you. And then after that, man, they don't fuck with you. I ain't trying to be not fucked with. I want y'all to fuck with me, knowing that when I say something, I ain't got a lot to kick it. I just don't. I want the point. What's the point? Yeah. What's the point? I do the best I can out here. You know what I'm saying? I just spent half my life. I never thought about 50. Hold on. Yep. All right, I got one cigarette, one joint left. All right, cool. So look, I was just saying that. I mean, I never thought about 50 years old. That shit was crazy, nigga. So now that we here, I just want to take it easy. I want to take care of myself. I don't want to fall, not from here. And I fell the other day when it was icy out here. I feel better now, you know what I mean? But I was worried, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking about, fall. It was my fault. When I think about it, like I said, I mean, I don't really have smarts where it be immediate. Smarts is immediate. Wisdom, it's like in the future type of, you know, smart. It's like in the future. Like you don't do certain things because you have wisdom. But I wasn't smart that day because I had walked on an incline. It was driveway, you know what I'm saying? And it's icy. And I didn't think not to walk on an icy incline. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking my boots was gonna save me from everything. But when that motherfucking boot came from up under my foot, I was all the way in the air like a motherfucking movie. I was mad as hell at myself. And dude was sitting in the car in the house like, please don't sue me, dog, because I had him. I actually had him. I could have went and sued, but I ain't. That ain't my character. That ain't my life. That ain't how I fucks around. That ain't what I do and shit. I mean, but think about it. Like I said, Monday morning quarterback, which I'm real good at, which I hate about myself because I wish I could think about it on at that moment. But most of the time, it's just after the second day, I'd be like, okay, I should have did this. I hate that. And that's where the wisdom comes because sometimes I do really run into the same situation, and I do what I felt I should have did the first time I seen it. You know what I mean? Shit, what up, Bronze, man? Thank you, man. I'm about to shut this show down, man. We had some technical difficulties. We trying to get, Breeze to get some StreamYard, but he said, fuck that shit, man. He want to go take it over to TikTok. So we're going to re-ride with Breeze, you know what I'm saying? It's his show. I'm waiting on him to come and shut it down, but it don't look like it's going to happen. So I was just giving y'all my little story where I got the mic and shit. I'm about to get up out of here too, man. What time is it? 9:02 in Detroit. All right, cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm just sitting on the couch watching the game and shit. Every night we bet on DraftKings $5 a night, trying to get two, three, 400, depending on what I picked. Now I can't check my bets. Like I was telling you about the TikTok and the Ubers and streaming and shit. It's like right now that since I'm sitting with y'all, I can't check my bets. If I press the button to go check my bet, it'll take me up out the live. That's how Restream is. Yeah, like I said, y'all was there last year, man. So like I said, I was talking about January. That's when I had started, messing with Ron big and heavy. And you see how big, Ron's show is today, where he I ain't saying he don't need me. And I ain't saying that he forgot me. I'm just saying that, he good. He got like, maybe 100, up in there, and everybody be holding it down for my homie and shit. But I remember back in the day when it was just me, him, and Donnie. It was just me, him, and Donnie, and I was brand new to FBA, and Donnie was claiming ADOS, and Ron was claiming ADOS and FBA, and I was wondering how the fuck they gonna mix it. But we had a good show, you know what I'm saying, and we had some good entertainment those days, back in the day in January and February. I think Ron finally started getting discovered by y'all, maybe around shit, I'm about to say in the summertime, maybe fall, you know what I'm saying? Because I had them to myself, maybe that all the way up to then, it was just us three. And we just run our little show and we was running hard and getting it in and having a good time. And Ron was getting better at what he was doing. Started going to the debate area, you know what I mean? He had already been from that area. I didn't know because he was fucking with Unc and them. That's why Unc always coming on the show. Unc always coming on the show because Unc know Ron personally. Well, I don't know about that, but they got history. Now the reason Cyrus son said he ain't gonna come, or motherfucking Q Butter, or Sonetta, they not gonna come on the show is because they already know him. They already know how Ron is on the show. It's like Breeze. You seen the other day when Breeze tried to debate somebody that don't feel like us. They usually want to hang up on them. And I think that that's where the problem is. It's like if we can have some patience. I know motherfuckers don't want to be hearing all that musty babble and shit, but it's easy just to hang up on them. That's real easy to do. If it's somehow that you can just hang in there as long as you possibly can without cussing, without crashing out, and let them crash out through the 4T run, that'll be like content that I want to see every day. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you about the YouTube. It's like it's really mine. They say YouTube is Jesse's YouTube. It's your tube. You can go live. You can watch whatever the fuck you want to watch. I might be watching something that you might not be watching. But then again, it's to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see something sweet, Jesse, something that'll help us in our FBA lineage. Like an old video, something from 1967 that you was like, dog, that's profound. And I ain't never seen it because my YouTube algorithm don't bring that. You bring it to me, and bam, we all on code now. Like that one he had about somebody had did about I want to say Sojourner Truth. I hope I'm right, baby. Nah, it ain't no Sojourner Truth. It ain't her. It was somebody else. But damn, she had did a good video, and I never would have seen it unless y'all had showed me. So that's like I said, man. We going through our second year. I'm going through my second year of being on code with my lineage, and I'm just happy to see what's going on, what's gonna come for us. I know that y'all want reparations or whatever. I never really was big on if we gonna get reparations. As you can see, it's 50 years and they ain't even said nothing. But like I said, I think we closer than ever. I think we make a few right moves. I think we can be on. Matter of fact, I had a daydream when Breeze was talking about that collaboration channel. I'm like, what if, what if that's the cog that pushed the camera forward? Because I'm gonna come up in here talking about some reparations. That's why I'm here. You know what I mean? Reparations for one, delineation second, and the laughs is third. I love fucking with y'all because I laugh. I ain't never laughed so much in my life. I ain't never laughed so much in my life than been fucking with y'all. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse. Yes, that's it. And I feel ashamed. But that's what I'm saying. Like some of us so on code that we know all the names of all the heroes. I don't know that many heroes. No, it wasn't Nina Simone. It was Fannie Lou Hamer. But I don't know all the heroes. But like my favorite hero is Harriet. My favorite hero is Harriet, and I need to learn everything I could on Harriet. So when y'all start talking about Harriet, I can be the expert. I already know that Dane Calloway don't believe in Harriet Tubman. I already heard about that. I don't even care about that. I can tell you this: in downtown Detroit, we got the African American History Museum, and my family. Yep, my family, not my direct family, but my outside family is curator up in there. So one day I said I wanted to go to the museum, and I said, "Hey," I reached out to my godmother. I say, "Your son work at the museum?" She said, "Yeah. Why don't you reach out to him, and I bet you he can get you in." So it costs $20 to get up in there. So I'm about to take three people: me, myself, my my niece and my son. We about to go up in here. We about to go up and see what y'all got in the African American History Museum. And we get to the gate. And bam, ran into our family member, and he just escorted us right in. We didn't have to pay a damn cent. He took us over to see T'Challa and because they had the Black Panther exhibit. Made another corner, and we started going down to the old history. And I kept walking through, and I started seeing so many things. We even got to the slave ship, which is kind of hard to see. They got a slave ship, and you have to walk through the slave ship to go to to continue through the tour. And it's pretty tough. But it was all better when I got around the corner and I seen it. They got Harriet Tubman standing right there with her 44 shotgun. I mean 44 pistol and shit, the little 40 little pistol she had. And I looked in her eyes, and you know what she said? She said, "I'll shoot you dead if you turn around right now." I said, "Oh my God." You know what I mean? And it just took me all the way over there, like to this whole ass motherfucking slave who want to go back to master. And Harriet turned to him like, "Dog, you about to fuck up everything. And if your ass turn around, I'ma blast your fucking ass right here, you fucking tether." The first tether. The first tethers. It always take me back to my favorite movie, which is Ten Commandments. Yeah, man, I know it's it's a story and stuff, and I know it was just a movie, but I love watching the Ten Commandments. And you know who's my most hated figure in the Ten Commandments? It ain't Pharaoh. Shit. It's that whole ass motherfucker that said, "Nigga, We need to go back to Pharaoh, where because it was all beautiful with Pharaoh. Don't follow Moses. Moses trying to go us to freedom, but we need to go back to Pharaoh. That's the whole ass motherfucker that I'll always be looking for, because that nigga need to be dealt with severely. This the whole ass tether nigga. This nigga. So every time I see a nigga that's supposed to be on code with me, cause you of my lineage, you not a tether, and your ass still speaking on tether business, that's just like that motherfucker from the Ten Commandments that I vehemently hate. This whole ass nigga that say, "Come on, let's go back to Pharaoh," bitch ass nigga. And guess what? He was the whole ass nigga that constructed the golden calf. Right. Moses go up to the mount to get the Ten Commandments. This dumb motherfucker downstairs still fucking up shit, telling everybody we just need the silver and gold, and bring all the silver and gold, and then got the homie Aaron to make the golden calf. Bam! They came down, war and destruction came upon them, and God killed like half of them people, bro. And still told Moses, "You ain't gonna make it to the promised land." What a story! What a story! There's more stories in the Bible just like that. The book of life. A lot of people don't do all that, but for me, it has worked. I can't make it without Black Jesus, man. So then the game today, the game is over. We got Toronto and Boston, and Toronto lost by 20 points. See, that's the type of shit that you got to bet on. See, you always saying that Jalen Brown gonna get 20 points, and he gonna get this and that gonna get that, and he gonna get 5 rebounds. But they really, really, really just want to see who gonna win the game and who gonna lose the game. And I don't want you to just tell me they gonna be a money line. No, I want you to tell me how many points they gonna win by. 5 points, 10 points, 20 points. Of course, there's more money at 20 points, but you know how much more you asking? If I'd have said that they winning by 20 points, I probably would have lost my ass, because it's 111 to 123. Man, damn, Breezy, where you at, bro? This man must have started a show and didn't even know he had started a show. Yeah, that golden calf, man. I mean, dog, I hate that shit, man. This motherfucker, that he was a fuck up. I really hate that dude in in the Ten Commandments. That's my most hated character. So now y'all all know, when y'all watch Ten Commandments from here on out, y'all gonna be like, "That's my man Kev, most hated character. This nigga here." I always hated that nigga ever since I seen that movie from the first fucking time. No doubt. What up, Fresh? Memphis up on OKC. See, man, hold on, man. That ain't supposed to happen. See, that's how they get you. That's how they get you, Fresh. That's how they get you, bro. See, look, I don't want y'all to be nasty, mad about me, because look, I told you. I mean, yeah, I'll be betting sports betting. I know my father. He looked down upon him. He looked down upon it. My father, like, man, damn. I said, Daddy, why don't we bet on the game? And then he think that I'm about to turn around and do like 100 or a 50. And I don't do nothing like that. I just be playing for funsies, basically. And it's funsies because it's only $5. Now, of course, I run up the legs. And that's the only way that you can get like a $5 for $1,000. Now, when the sports bet, like, hell fuck no, it's no way you calling 11 anythings. It's no way. And that's how they win on most of the night, because you're right. It's kind of hard to call 11 or 12 different things. I don't give a fuck how much you research. I mean, Jalen Brown, you be like, nigga, this nigga get 20 a night. So he good for this. And that nigga get 18. You be like, nigga, yeah. So, like I said, you got to be super lucky if you want to do this. Now, I wouldn't be doing this if I hadn't made it. Of course, I made it. You know what I mean? I think I ain't gonna say how many times I won, but the most I won at one time was $870. 870. I snuck their ass and I got them for $870. I've been wanting to get that shit. I think I know how. I read me a book on gambling, sports gambling. I even went to the GOAT. This is it's this nigga. This white boy or whatever, he used to bet on horses and shit. He was trying to show me the way, but I couldn't make it through the whole motherfucking CDs. I mean, I had went to the library and got his CD pulled from another library. They called me, say we got the shit. I think that shit was like, I don't know. It was a book. It was a book. It was his book on CD, but the CD had to be like, dog. It had to be like 20 CDs. Man, I was bored by CD #6 because it wasn't. He wasn't talking about shit. He was talking about his life and shit he went through. Shit I can tell y'all. I was like, man, dog, is the gambling part, motherfucker? He like, well, yeah, man. I remember when I went to the pool hall, man, and shit, and I was a hustler, and they ain't know. So I went in there and I got everybody for like $800. I'm like, man, what does that got to do with sports gambling? So I had to let that go, man, because I wasn't in, he wasn't even my type of guy. So I just started watching. Like I said, YouTube is my life and shit. My YouTube is the homie. Cause you know what I'm saying, YouTube then did a lot for me. That's why I be on YouTube so hard. I didn't sat up there and learn how to cook. I didn't sat up there and learn how to fucking fix my shit. I don't give a fuck if it was a toilet. I don't give a fuck if it was a faucet. I don't give a fuck. I didn't learn some shit off that shit. I done kicked it with y'all. You know what I mean? Got on code. Like I said, I wasn't on code like I am right now. A year ago, January, shit. I ain't saying I can go out there and debate, but I know I can defend the lineage in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to defend the lineage in the chat without getting kicked out because, like I said, I spend my time over in Pan African spaces. So you like, kid, man, dog, ain't you afraid of becoming a Pan African again? Fuck no, nigga, because I already know I was already a Pan African. I was already a Pan African. What you mean? I bought the red, black, and green medallion, nigga. You see that fist? We was doing that shit. I knew about the Black Panthers, bro. They really, I wasn't a Pan African where I was up in front like they is, like like some Sinettas and the Q Butters. These motherfuckers probably was up front. You know what I mean, selling the medallions and shit. I wasn't doing that. I probably was, susceptible to immigrants and stuff, and and thought that we was all cool at that time. But it took me a long time to realize that we weren't cool at all. That no wonder nothing jumped off. You know, damn well that motherfucker was saying I'm Jamaican. I'm Jamaican, dog. I'm not black. I mean, he might not have said to our face, I'm not black. But I know if we said, what up, homie? He probably would say, I'm Haitian. I'm from Ghana. You know what I mean? And me being in Detroit, I never experienced that. Why? Because I'm in Detroit. Everybody I seen was FBA. Everybody around me was FBA because nobody said I'm Haitian. Nobody said I'm Guyanese. Nobody. Nobody. Back in the day when I can go into your house and see your mom. And I ain't see no Jamaican nothing. I ain't see no Haitian nothing. And I wasn't even looking for that. But I ain't see none of that shit. These all was FBAs from different parts of the country. Most of them was from Alabama, where I was from. Some of them from Georgia. Some was from Mississippi. All saying, you know what? Let's go to Detroit. When we get old enough, when we get grown, we gonna go to Detroit. That's what my parents was saying. You know what I'm saying? Say he wasn't black. Damn, man, Jesse. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. When you met the Dominican, did he establish I'm Dominican off rip, or did he hide it, or did he, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many things. It's like, did he try to cosplay, or did he just say nah? Because what I didn't notice is, I went over all my people house. What's up, Grizz? I'm about to go, man. I told you I was gonna have one and one. So I smoked a cigarette. I'm about to smoke a J, and I'm about to go ahead. I'm about to get out of here because I can't be. I'll be out here all day. You're reminiscing about what happened. I got 50 years to reminisce about. And you right, man, Grizz, man. Shit, I might go ahead and do that show for you, man. I could do it, man. Just I don't know if I got enough time, man. I'm running out of time at the same time. I'm running out of time and shit. I'm getting over here. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I remember when I was born, you know what I'm saying, it was 1975. So I've always been in love with that number. And I remember I had maybe after I had seen the color purple, it was not the reason. I'm just trying to tell you the timeline. By the time I had seen the color purple, I knew that you only had 100 years on Earth. I knew that you only get about 100 years, give or take. And I said, Lord, I don't know, but I would love to have 75 years out here. He was like, real? I was like, yeah, 75 years. So I love my Lord. I know I'm making that 75, but I can't say nothing about 80 because I ain't asked about that. So I'm just trying to make it the best I can to that 75th year. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get to that 75th year. I'm trying to help as many as people as I can. You know what I mean? Including my son, number one, and my daughter, my stepdaughter, but try to help her as much as I can before I go. And after that, I go on home and see my grandma and my mommy and my daddy gonna be there by then, you know. See my wife, you know. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. It's gonna be a beautiful thing that day. The reunion with all those people that I missed. Like I got a chance to see them grandmas. I got a chance to see them grandmas. You know, my life is crazy. I think around 20, I realized I had grandmas. I mean, I think I was running around in the house the whole time playing with my cousins. But when I turned around 23, I'm like, hey, you got grandmas. And I ran right over there and got up under them. Got up under them. I mean, I got up under them. I was 20 some 23 years old, and it wasn't shit going on in Detroit that day. Matter of fact, it was just jail and it was bad. It was bad. It was a bad day that day. It was like a lot of shit was happening. I was getting into trouble. It was I had to get out of here. I had to get out of Detroit. And I figured out I'm not about to go on over here and stay with my grandma in Alabama. Slow this shit the fuck down. It's going too fast for me right now. I'm 23 years old. I didn't go to college. All I did was hit the block. When I hit the block, that was it. And like I told you, we wasn't out there trying to figure out how we was gonna rob you, how we was gonna shoot you. All we was trying to do was go get some weed and go get some girls the whole damn time. And you can still get in trouble doing those things because you got alcohol mixed up, and you might end up talking to somebody girl. I don't know. Shit's jumped up, but I don't know. Shit was fucked up. Okay, at that time, 23 years old. I'm about to make a break for it. I'm about to go on over here, build up under my grandma. Both grandmas was alive that day. My rich grandma and my poor grandma. God bless your soul, Leela. God bless your soul, Clara. I love you both, but that's the only way I can explain it to them. My grandma Leela, she stayed on the old dirt road like your own color purple. And my grandma Clara, her roads were paved. My grandma Leela, her bathroom was an addition on the house that my mother grew up in. Grandma Clara, that toilet came with the house that was built all together. So I called myself, I'm about to make a break for it. My daddy like, really? I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I'm getting out of here. Take me to my grandma's house. He like, for real? And my mama was like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to your mama's. I'm going to hers. That her mama is named Leela. Mama, I'm going to your mama's house. He said, well, okay, whatever. And I'm like, all right, then, daddy, take me down there. Take me down there. We drive all the way down there. I had been smoking weed. My daddy never smoked in front of me his life. He reaches to the ashtray. He pull out a joint. I'm looking at this man like he fucking crazy because I wanted to smoke the motherfucking head off that bitch. Because I know I ain't gonna get a lot of weed. That's one of the things I know I was gonna be without. That if I'm leaving Detroit, I ain't no gonna be no weed. Matter of fact, I'll be lucky to find some weed in Alabama. You know what I mean? And I knew that going in. So he fired up the joint. He hit that shit 2 or 3 times. He passed it to me, and I hit it. And as soon as I try to pass it back, he don't want to take it back. His father came over him. He can't smoke weed with his son. He can't smoke weed with his son. He felt all fucked up, even though he been smoking weed. But I ain't never seen him smoke no weed because my dad clean cut. My dad go to job. My daddy ain't no drugger or user or nothing. He clean cut. He got the white picket fence. This my daddy ain't like that. My daddy stayed with me. He took care of me and shit. We wasn't eating unless he was around. Thank God, hallelujah. I had my daddy and my mama. I wasn't coming from no broken shit. I had my mama. I go around the corner see my daddy. So I had to answer to him. But I'm 23 years old. I gotta get out of here. He understand and shit. He smoking weed with me and shit. I smoked the weed and shit. That would made that ride so fucking sweet. I was high probably the whole time. Next thing you know, it take 12 hours to get from where we gotta go in Detroit to Alabama. So if we leave at 12, we gonna get there at 12. We pulled up to my aunt grandma Lila house and he stayed the night because that's his mother-in-law. What you mean? He ain't meeting nobody for the first time. That's his mother-in-law. He knew her before I did. So he like, okay, and next you know, he said, all right, Kev, I'm going back home. You sure you want to stay home? I'm like, yeah, I stay. I'm staying. I'm staying. First night was hard. Second night was hard, but the third, fourth night, fifth night, I was in, and I was in like Flynn, and I was chilling with my grandma, and I was learning, and my cousins that was down there was down there. They was pulling up on me, and I was home straight. I didn't smoke as much as I needed. We changed too. My grandma, see, when you be with your grandma like that, you figure out what grandma like to do. Grandma like to smoke, like to drink the E&J. Okay. So grandma, she on that E&J every day. You know what I mean? So all I had to do was make sure a fifth of E&J was in the house. And she ain't drinking the whole thing. She just want a few shots. So, and that's all me. Because I told you I'm 23. I'm a bad kid. I'm out here smoking weed, drinking heavy. Just left the D. My grandma wants some E&J. So that was like my only outlet to drink E&J with grandma. So chilling with grandma, drinking E&J, learning everything grandma know, learning my grandma, just being with my grandma just was just the most beautiful time in my life to see my grandma at that up close like that. She cooking for me. She telling me to go cut the grass. I'm close. And my cousins pull up and shit. I think it was right there with my birthday. My birthday is in February next month, right? So I'm in Alabama, nigga. And guess what? On my birthday, it was like 75, nigga. You know you can't get that in Detroit. That ain't happening. So I was happy as fuck. These motherfuckers killed the hog for me. We had ribs. That's how we had fucking ribs. They didn't kill that hog that day. They killed the hog maybe in January. One day, my uncle took me outside, shot a hog straight in the fucking head. Like, it fucked me up. I ain't never seen no shit like that. He was like, blah. I was like, oh my God, that nigga fell. It was so clean, fam. It wasn't a buckshot. It was one of them single shots. He shot that motherfucker clean. Wasn't even up on him. Didn't tell me he was gonna do it. Just told me to come out here and check this out. Whop, and threw it down on him. That's the pig I'm eating on my birthday. Didn't even know it. And that bitch was good. I was chilling one day and shit, chilling with my grandma. And next thing you know, I look up the road because, like I told you, it's like color purple and shit. You can, it's like, you know, it's like a house in a red dirt road, long as fuck. You know what I mean? Long dirt road. That's what I specialize in, Grizz. That's what I specialize in, dog. I love to reminisce and shit. That's why I was telling the homies on the New Year's. I was like, man, make sure y'all get y'all reminiscing in. And I don't think they heard me, but I can't really remember what happened last year. But I do the best I can. Come New Year's, be like, try to remember what happened last year. Try to remember what happened last year, what you've been, the ups and the downs, and the good and the bad, because y'all know, the ups and the downs and all that shit make you who you are today. What you're aware of and what you should be passing on to your family, you know what I mean, in any type of way that you can. Take care of your nieces and nephews. Do the best you can out there. I mean, like, you just do the best you can. So when I was looking outside, it is like trees and dirt road and shit. I look up the road and it's dirt coming to me. And guess what? Guess who it is? Guess who it is? Oh, it's my grandma and my auntie on my daddy's side. On my daddy's side. Now that's my favorite auntie, right? She wasn't my favorite auntie that day, but that's my favorite auntie. You know why? Because I wouldn't be in this house right now if it wasn't for her. She had ran into a lot of money, and when I called her, she ran it up on me and threw it down on the table. And I said, cool. I'm gonna send it back to you, auntie. She said, no problem. I only sent her like half. This chick called me, say, your debt is old. So that was like make her my favorite auntie, Auntie Maddie. So Auntie Maddie and my grandma Claire pull up out the blue. I didn't know they was coming. And guess what she told me? She said, I heard you was down here staying over here. I heard you was down here staying with Claire. I mean, because now we got two grandmas in the same spot. And I don't know if they seen eye to eye. I mean, but you know how I don't know what that is. And they probably have some drama, because they got kids that had kids together. So, it is what it is. So I ain't never seen this situation. My grandma Claire pull up. I'm staying with Grandma Lena. And I ain't tell Grandma Claire that I was down there, but she stayed a whole town over. Like I said, when I was telling y'all my lineage, my mama is from Demopolis, so that's where I was at. I was actually in Forkland, which is right next to Demopolis. It's a little town next to Demopolis called Forkland. I was in Forkland, Alabama at that time. My grandma come down from Utah, Alabama. You know what I mean? So if you look on the map, you'll see Utah, and that's where she was at. She pulled from Utah, all the way from Utah to come to Forkland to pull up on me secretly, because I didn't know she was coming, to tell me, Kev, that's good and all, but you need to come stay with me. I'm like, Grandma, damn. And I could have worked it out where I could have just said, all right, Grandma, look, I don't want y'all fighting over me. Okay. I'm just gonna go and stay with you a couple of days. And I come back and I could have did that. See, that's why I was telling you about that Monday morning cut a quarterback shit. I could have did that. But my dumb ass saying, no, Grandma, I'm good. And she pulled off more than that mad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm with my grandma, I'm straight. Cause I always felt country. I always I felt country over city. I just felt I think that's where the decision came from. It's like I didn't want to be up there because they had, they had city shit. And I just really wasn't feeling that shit. I wanted that country life. I wanted that straw hat, you know. Nick. All right. Anyway, so I let a couple months go past. I think my that was before my birthday. So my birthday come and go, and it's about to be motherfucking April. It's about to be April, and I look up the road again, and guess who it is? It's my mama. She by herself. Now I want to let you know about Rosie Jones. Rosie Jones owned that fucking town. Forkland, Alabama. They love my mama. My mama is a star in Forkland, Alabama. You can't fuck with her. I'll give you some more stories about Rosie Jones, but she's a fucking legend over there. She pull up my mama around the corner, and guess what she say? Pack your shit, we going home. Ah, shit. It was a mix. I kind of miss Detroit, and plus that's my mama. So here I go back to Detroit and shit. And it was a good time with grandma. You know what I mean? I think that was a good 6 months. That was a good 6 months chilling with grandma and being up under grandma. And so that happened and stuff, but I still had love for my grandmas. And as we went through life or whatever, my grandma, she moved to Chicago with my auntie, Dorothy, who's still alive today, who, like I just told you, you got to be around your family. See, my for my mother, she passed away, and she had two brothers and a sister who all still alive. So I need to get in their face. Need to get in their face and talk to my uncle Shaq, Uncle Frederick, which are twins. And I need to go talk to my auntie Dorothy, who is in Chicago right now with my boy Crew. And I need to go on and make sure Crew know where she stays so he can make sure that shit is all tight over there in Chicago. You know what I mean? I had, a cousin in Chicago. I always hated Chicago, but I love Chicago because my favorite cousin, Alex, which is Dorothy's son. who may be 2 years younger than I am, had got shot in the back.